Shop talk, shayat, shayat, shadi up, shayat, day, shaya, shayat up, shop tie, shadi up, shop talk.
Yep. LB and friends. And we want you to know that we've tried them and we've found out that he's all right. Come on.
I tried it and I found out he's all right.
Yep.
He's all right. 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 He's all right.
Yep.
He's all right. 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 He's all right.
Come on. He's just all right.
He's just all right.
He's all right.
He's just all right. He's just all right.
Yes, sir. Come on. I'm trying it. Yep. I'm trying it. I'm trying it. Come on. I'm trying it. Yep. Yep. Sounds good. I'm trying. Hey, I said it's all right. I said it's all right. Can I get a win? That is all right. In the morning time, in the evening time, in the midnight hour. Yes, he is. Yep, yep, yep. My mama said. Yep, yep, yep. My granny said. Yeah.
What is going on, y'all? It is your man D-Toe. It is another day's journey, and ooh-wee, I'm glad about it. Listen, you are tuned in to another great edition of Shop Talk. You know what it is, everyone's favorite show right here on everyone's favorite network. Listen, before we do anything, I know we probably got some people tuning in for the first time. A couple of things that we want to talk about. First of all, if you're tuning in for the first time and you're watching us live on Facebook or YouTube, feel free to chime in on the chat. We want to make sure that we are able to shout you out and make things happen. So listen, those of you that are hanging out with us, Shop Talk. You're probably like, what is Shop Talk? Well, I tell you, I'm here to tell you, Shop Talk is that good beauty shop, that barber shop, that donut shop, that nail shop talk, that coffee shop talk, where literally no person and no subject is off limits. That's what we do right here every week, right here on Shop Talk. Now, before we do anything else, first of all, you need to know that my name is Demetrius Tollfree. How do you know? Because it says so right there. And you can follow me everywhere on the social media at DTollfree, at DTOLEFREE. That is on Facebook. That's on Twitter/X. If you use it, Instagram, whatever it might be. If you're on social media, I am there at DTollfree, as well as if you're trying to test out if you can send digital currency, if you're new to Cash App, you're new to Venmo, don't worry, you can test with me at DTollfree on Venmo, $ DTollfree on Cash App. If you need to just send me $1,000 to see if I get it, let me know. Just send it to me. I'll let you know if I got it. If you need me to send it back, I'll send it back to you in $100 increments. Anyway, listen, we've got a great show lined up for you. Do me a favor, y'all. Get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo, Jay your mama them, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day them, Nut Nut them, Pojo them. Let them all know that we are live right here on the Shop Talk family of networks. I also want to welcome people who are listening on some of our radio partners around the country. I've had some people hit me up to say, hey, I heard you on this network. I heard you on that network. Hey, to those station managers, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing Shop Talk to be on your network. And again, thankful to all of those listeners who've been hitting me up on social media to let me know that they heard the show. It really, really means a lot. All right, y'all, let me give some quick early morning shout outs. We've got Ashlyn Cole in the building. How do I know? Because I see her right there, and I'll see her in the flush, as my grandmother would say, in just a moment or two. Shout out to Dee Dee Felder, also in the building. Glad to have her. She says she's out of town, but nonetheless, she still is hanging out with us on Shop Talk today. We are grateful to make that happen. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's get ready to bring up our first co-host. You know her quite well. She's been my day one. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Yeah, she's been my day one. We just found out and finally did the math a few days ago to find out that we are 10 years old. We both was like, when did we start Shop Talk? It has been 10 years, and she's been rocking with me from day one. Let's get ready to bring up my homegirl without further ado, out in Hercules of California. She made me remember, no more Pittsburgh for me. If I'm going to talk about Ashley, remember her and then Q Lees, you understand me? Bring her up without further ado, my homegirl and yours, the incredibly talented Ashlyn Tara Cole. Ashlyn, girl, what is going on?
You did well. It just rolled off your tongue today. Today, you didn't even struggle with Hercules. That is super funny. I love that. I am excited to be here. I am slightly fatigued, but in a great way because, oh, look, it's me over my shoulder. Because I want to talk about Joe Douglas last night at Yoshi's. It was absolutely amazing. And Jacory was there as well. And wow, what an incredible turnout. What an incredible evening. And I'm a little fatigued today, but for a good reason. For a good reason. We had church at Yoshi's. Yes, we did.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I knew you all would. And apologize, I couldn't be in the building, but I'm not as young as I used to be, and I can't rock and roll like I used to. But anyway, I'm glad that you had a good time. We will get a chance to talk about that in just a moment. Early morning shout out to BTK, the Bowtie King, Alan McPherson in the building. Also shout out to Auntie Pooey. What is going on? She is hanging out with us. Adrienne Johnson. We got a chance to talk about her a couple weeks ago as our Christian business spotlight. Glad to have her hanging out with us. And then Dee Dee Felder gives us clarity. She says that she's in the Oakland streets. I'm thinking she's out of town. No, she's just out of her
was
town.
out. She said she was out in the town.
Oh,
out in the town. See, that's the difference.
Fundamental. Yeah.
Well,
Reading
I
is
mean,
fundamental.
but I think the Bay Area is just, we know San Francisco is the city and Oakland is the town. And a lot of people don't know. So when we say town business, we talk about Oakland. That's it. Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Shout out to my guy, graphic designer extraordinaire, Nate Renteria. Nate, what is going on from the Fresno area? Glad to have him hanging out. Shout out to the group Progeny, my homies. They are in the building. They are saying congratulations to us on 10 years of Shop Talk. Thank you. This incredible group from Oakland. We'll have to talk about them. I think they have new music coming out the next few days, and we will talk about it as soon as we get it.
Nice.
Speaking of new music, we open up today's show with brand new music from Leonard Bailey and Friends, his remake of the Edwin Hawkins classic, He's All Right. So grateful to be able to talk about that. We'll talk a little bit more about it in just a few moments. And shout out to Vanessa Martin, who says that Ashley, she is so cold. I'm not mad at it.
Thank you.
I can't even whistle, but she's cold. There you go. There you go. I ain't mad at it. And Dee Dee Felder is putting out her jokes and talking about you, Ashley. Not Rapunzel, but Rapunzelisha.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I tell you what, we're going to keep things going. I could sit and talk to Ashley the whole time, but we've got more people hanging out with us. Let's get ready to leave Ashlyn's undisclosed G14 location in Hercules. We'll take a couple of turns, twists and turns, end up on the other side, make a right, go up the street, and we will look to the cul-de-sac and knock on this particular door. And
Mhm.
when we knock on the door, the next person we will see is Ashlyn's bestie. My guy is in the building, Ja'Cory Prothro. Ja'Cory, man, what is going on?
What should be going on is some sleep. But praise the Lord, I'm alive and well. Let's go. Let's go.
It is
Cool.
all good, man. We are glad to have you hanging out with us, and I did get to see a couple of the snippets of things that you posted last night, man. Looked like you all had an absolutely amazing time. Again, we will talk a little bit more about it in just a few moments. But today, it's not often when I am preparing for Shop Talk that I get a knock on my door, then I get a
Knock,
tap on my window pane. I got a knock at my door and a tap on my window pane. I went and opened up the door, and
UPS?
lo and behold, I'm like, my friend, you don't know that? What you doing here, my friend? Coming into my door is my homie and yours. You know he gonna make us laugh. You can help me say it, Pancho Romero in the building. Pancho.
All right. What's going on, everybody? It's good to see everybody this morning. I'm so glad to be a part of the Chop Talk family this morning. And
That's
thanks
not
for
working.
opening the door, D. I appreciate it so much, man.
Absolutely. Ash is worried about she's looking at how come her thing didn't do the thing. Yeah, his did it. Oh, there it goes. See, his did it. It's okay, Ashley. Don't worry
It
about it.
used
It's
to
okay.
do it. It used to do it. They
It-
must
it
have
used
changed
to.
the setting. They must have changed an update. It must be an update. But anyway, hi, Punch.
What's going on? What's going on, Ash? You know, I miss you guys and love you guys so very much. And I got some trivia for you guys. Hopefully, D will cut me in a little bit. But go ahead, D.
Ooh.
Okay, well, you know what? We will get to it as soon as we can. Shout out again to all the people hanging out with us, especially Sonny Vaughn from my church, one of the constituents from my church in Hayward, California, one of my praise and worship leaders, as the bishop would say. Sonny Vaughn is in the building, and thank you for 10 years of Shop Talk. We've got Dee Dee Felder in the building again, talking about Pancho. And then, of course, BTK comes in and says, oh, he's out that way to pick up his alligator.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, it is all to the good, y'all. Let's get ready to make things happen. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Now, I'll tell you what's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to make some things happen as we briefly talk about today's National Day. I only got two. In respect of Ja'Cory Prothro's time, we have two national days today that I want to mention, and they are both brief. So first of all, today is National Administrative Professionals Day.
Oh,
Administrative Professionals Day. So those of you who work in administration, whether you're an executive assistant, an admin assistant, whatever your role might be, today is your day. And I hope that the people that you support, that you work for, forgive me, y'all. I am a person. I just hate to use the word boss. I like to use the word manager and things of that nature. I just can't see anybody being the boss of me. That might be correct. That might be actually correct
I agree.
in terminology. But I just like to use the word manager. I never call my manager my boss. But anyway, if you're supporting someone today and you are working administration, today is your day. So happy Administrative Professionals Day. And last but not least, I felt this in my ikanache when I saw this. Today is National Cherry Cheesecake Day.
No.
Yes.
No.
The Nations.
No.
I'm going to Nations today.
Come on.
To get me a
No.
piece. Today
Yes.
is National
No.
Cherry Cheesecake Day.
No.
Pancho,
No.
we got to make something happen, man. So, bro, what's your?
Mm-mm.
You know what? Let's do it, D. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. As a matter of fact, you know what? Can I bypass cherry cheesecake, man, and get lemon cream?
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I'm
What?
with that. I'm
Hold
with
on,
that,
Ja'Cory.
Punch.
Ja'Cory, I
No.
rebuke that demon right now. in the
That's
name
a
of
whole
Jesus.
different recipe.
It is.
Listen, I'm bypassing that. And can I go lemon cream or even lemon meringue? Can I do that?
Oh no, no,
Oh,
no,
cherry
not
cheesecake
no,
day?
no.
No. You
Mm.
know what? Ashley, ain't nobody
I don't
talking to you
like
anyway.
I don't like cherry. I don't like cherries. And this is a fun fact about me. I don't like anything cherry. I don't like
No.
growing up. I didn't like those loose
Now
what
wait
are
a
they
minute.
called? Lucerne cherry cough drops. I didn't like cherry. Everything was cherry growing up. Cherry cough syrup, cherry medicine, cherry I don't like nothing cherry.
Well,
Cherry like now and laters or um what were the other ones? The hard candies. I can't I didn't like no cherry.
but
Fresh
you
cherries. Now if you pick fresh cherries, you bring me a bag of fresh cherries. I'm good with that. But
there you
once
go.
you cook them and you no.
Mm.
I'm good on all that. D, you're on mute.
Quite interesting to say the least, because Poncho's so close to me. I got to move us back and
Oh,
forth so we don't echo.
okay.
Anyway, yeah, this is actually good. So listen, we've got a lot of. So those are my two national days. Shout out to Adrian Johnson, who mentioned she said it's good to see Poncho. She hasn't seen him in a long time.
Okay.
Darius Henson, what is going on? Says congrats on 10 years. Thank you, sir. We also got Dee Felder talking about she likes caramel cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh
I'm not
yes.
mad. Vanessa Martin just says apple crumble cheesecake, no
Yeah.
cherry. Okay.
Yes.
And then now Adrian is talking about we just revoked your black card. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to, he's probably talking to Ashlyn.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even going to get it right. I'm
What
going to
in
leave
the
that
world?
whole thing alone. I'm going to leave the whole
What in
thing
the
alone.
world?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
God.
going to just leave.
Oh Lord have
All
mercy.
right, y'all. We're going to now jump in really quick to our birthdays. Again, I only have two, and then we will get ready to bring up our next co-host. So today, we only got two birthdays. One, Pancho Romero from the WWE, John
Mm.
Cena, who is
Oh
now after
yes.
WrestleMania. I think he's now the champion again. Today is his 48th birthday, and I
I'm
believe
not
he
mad at him. I'm not mad at him, his mama, his daddy, his grandmother, his grandfather. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the bloodline. I'm not. I'm not mad at that. Happy birthday, sir.
Mm. Happy birthday, John Cena turns 48, and he just won his 17th WWE championship. He has
Wow.
single-handedly won the most championships in WWE history. Shout out to him. Last but
Wow.
not, can I move on? Ashley? Are you okay? Can I move
You
on?
can't. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Okay. Last but not least, today is funny man comedian George Lopez. Today he turns 64.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to him. Two special mentions I just want to mention. Yesterday, Bay Area musician David Jackson turned 40 years old. I can't believe that
He's
young
just a
What?
baby.
I know.
Oh
I
my
know.
goodness, he's 40.
Yeah, he turned 40 yesterday. So shout out to Dave Jackson. Last but not least, honorable
Wow.
mention in just a couple of days, one of my good friends and Poncho's good friend, Pastor Jacqueline Thompson of Allen Temple Baptist. I
Mm.
almost said Church of God in Christ. She came to my church last week and said everybody's Church of God in Christ. But anyway, uh, she will turn. Well, I won't mention her age because women don't like to do that. But her
Amen.
birthday is on the 25th, so I just want to mention her. And so shout out to all of them. Ashlyn, this is where we turn it over to you. Now you passed John Cena, so this is where we turn it over to you to talk about birthdays and encourage someone who's having a birthday during this week.
Absolutely. So look, I believe in open door season. Okay. So it is open door season. And don't think of a door just as an option. When God opens a door for you, it's really an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to go explore. It's an opportunity for you to get outside. You might be in the house too much. You might need to get out in these streets a little bit, like Dee Felder said. Get out in the town, outside. Let people see you. Let people celebrate you. Let people love on you. That's why God calls us to fellowship. He didn't have to make us be able to procreate. He could have just had one man and one woman, but he didn't want it that way. He wanted us to be in fellowship. That's why there's so many of us. And so get out there with your congregants. Get out there and let some people buy you lunch or dinner or something like that, or some flowers, whatever it is. Let people love on you on your birthday. And from all of us here at Shop Talk and all our affiliates, happy birthday.
Awesome stuff. I love that. Thank you so much, Ashlyn. Want to give us a couple more quick morning shout outs. Yolanda Procto, who just chimed in, Jacori's mama, we was talking about cheesecake a few moments ago, and she says
Hi,
that
Mom.
hers is key lime cheesecake. I'm not mad at it. Shout out to Jonathan Johnson, who is the person single-handedly keeping us abreast of everything happening in the Bay Area. Jonathan Johnson, man, I wanted to say I appreciate you, man. I know I can go to your page to see all of the happenings in the Bay Area. Ashlyn.
I am so glad that you mentioned that because I was literally going to shout out Jonathan today on this show because no matter where if I'm ever somewhere and he's there, and I'm sure he does this for every artist. I don't think he just does this for me. He always takes video. He always captures those moments that when you're an artist and you're on stage or you're having a conversation. Ja'Cory is the same way. He just grabs his phone and we love people like that. And I know we said it as Administrators Day today. That's part of administration as well. When you're in a support role for people, which I love to be a support as well. When I'm in reverse roles with Ja'Cory or Jonathan, I do the same thing. Pull out your phone, take video of artists. We love it when people, now don't be stalkerish, but we love it when people capture video of us either ministering or something when we can't capture it ourselves. So Jonathan, thank you. Thank you for the videos that you sent me last night that I would not have normally or under other circumstances gotten. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Also, shout out to my homie, Janisha Sexton Dew in the building. Not sure if she's in the United States. She's a world traveler. But if you are in the United States, we say welcome. If you're not, we say Dunkirshire or wherever you might be. Anyway, also shout out again to BTK, who we was talking about Dave Jackson. He's like, only 40. I know. It seemed like Dave's been doing his thing forever. But we are grateful for him and all that he does. All right, y'all, let's get ready to bring up our next co-host out in Charlotte, North Carolina. She doesn't need any major introduction. She's a graphic designer. We already know that. And she's actually a singer and does so much more. She's recently been doing a series on Freedom Radio where I think it's Creative Speak or Creatives Talk or something like that she's been doing. She can tell us about it. But I've been catching the tail end of it because I'm always coming in from somewhere. But she does an amazing job, and I hope that you all know that as well. Let's bring my homegirl up. You ready? She's the most exciting co-host that we have, and you'll understand why in just a second. Yolanda Q Morant. Let's bring her up. What is going on, Yolanda? Welcome
How
to
y'all
today's
doing?
show. All is
Hey, what's
well. How
up?
are
How y'all
you?
doing? You good?
All is well. All is
Everybody
well. How you
Gucci?
feeling?
Man, I felt like Jesus died for me and he just wanted me to take a rest. Oh my God.
I ain't mad at you.
I was
I
wiped
ain't
out
mad.
from Easter Sunday. Like,
Yeah.
jeez. But I had a
Yeah.
big concert. I was with the Lemonheads. Shout out to the Lemonheads. Higher Calling. So I was with them. I was in Atlanta, and then I had to do a big event in North Carolina. So I was really wiped out.
I'm not mad at you. Well, I'm glad to know that you're still good. I still see you smiling, so that's always
Yeah.
wonderful.
I
You know,
made the
that
wake up
phone never
list.
rings. That phone never rings until I'm on the show. I like my house phone never, ever rings. And
Busy,
every week when I
famous.
get on Shop Talk, whoever I wish I had the phone near me. Hello. No, he no here. Anyway, let's get ready to keep things going. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, y'all. I want to mention just in brevity that this past Sunday was Easter, and I've seen a bunch of different fashions. Now we had an impromptu master's class last week as we were preparing and telling people what to do and how to wear and to get ready. Ja'Cory, you were a part of that whole thing.
My Lord.
Now, you got a chance to go out for Easter. What did you see? Did people adhere to your advice?
Hell no, they didn't.
What did you see as you
It
were
looked
out?
it looked like people just they didn't care. They just woke up and put a sweatsuit on. But I'm just gonna say it's a new day, and I understand. I've been listening to Larry Reed, and I know it's a lot of people that don't care for Larry Reed, but that is a really smart guy. And he's just saying the current has totally shifted for church as a whole. And I understand, but I think we've got to elevate our youth and young adults to understand that there's more to life than a sweatsuit, flip-flops. And I just think the best presentation That's what I'm about on Sunday morning. I'm coming to start my week off with my best presentation, and it just makes you feel a certain kind of way when you can put on a suit and tie or change it up from your flip flop every day. But they didn't listen, and it's all good. You know, we living in a new day where people just don't care. They don't care about what they got on or Jesus.
Yeah,
Evidently.
I'm with you. I am with you on that. And Vanessa Martin says that Easter was looking more like Halloween. That is hilarious to me. That
Really?
is so
I didn't get to see
funny.
the Easter bad fashions.
Well, now I did. Now I don't. If you sent me your picture, Yolanda, I would post you. But I tell you what, I will do. I think I just seen a picture. Let me see if I can put this on the screen as we welcome Ashlyn Cole back in just a second. But I'm one of those dudes. I like Easter. I like Sunday. Period. So let's just start there. Sunday is my day, and I have no problems pulling myself together on Easter. So
Eesh,
you
hell
know,
yeah. Come on. Suited and
and
booted.
I was just trying to coordinate. That's all. I was just trying to coordinate. Wasn't trying to bother nobody. But that's how we rock on Easter. It's all about suits. Sunday are for suits, and I don't mind getting dressed up and making things happen. Sunny Vaughn chimes in and she says we had to wear the same thing at GTI. She says, but my kiddos were dressed for Resurrection Sunday. And Sunny, even though you were dressed in a uniform, the uniform rocked. So our ladies wore a white high-low top, a black skirt, and a yellow flower. And my choir, looked absolutely amazing over at Lily of the Valley. They wore Easter frolics, where they was able to wear hats and gloves and all kind of stuff. They had a great time. Thank you to Auntie Pooey, who mentions that she feel like that's me every Sunday. I'm not mad. Darius Henson chimes in and says, only a handful of us dress, shaking my head in the bay, but the East Coast puts it on. I'm with you.
Oh, they
East
put it
Coast
on.
is
Did they
always
put
going
it
to make
on?
it happen.
They put it
Yeah,
on.
East Coast is going to always put it on. Ashlyn, and Jacory, now Ashlyn, you were helping us last week, giving out helpful hints
Yes.
on how to prepare for Easter Sunday. What did you see as you went out on this past Sunday? What did people adhere to your warnings?
I think we left out some pertinent information when we talked about the undergarment ministry last week. I think that is a step one. You want to start with a solid foundation. Okay, you start with your solid foundation, and that is your undergarments. That's your Spanx, your I think I mentioned maiden form, whatever it is. You got to start there, and then you build on top of that. Now you need to know your size. Okay, don't be ashamed. We come in size 2 to 30. We come in all shapes and sizes. Don't be ashamed of your size, but know thy size. Okay, know thy size, because when a stylist like Jacory or Michi or whoever calls you up and says, I see that you're on a flyer for a future event, I would like to style you, no charge, because this is what stylists do. You have to be able to give your measurements. Okay, get you a little, hold on, I might have one right here. I might have one. Go get you a little old school tape measure. Okay, go get you an old school one of these. Not a ruler, baby, because you got to be able to wrap this around your body. Okay, you might need more than one, but that's okay. Get you a tape measure and measure your sizes so that you can say these are the inches. I may not know 10, 12, 14, 16, but at least I know my inches, right? And then the second thing is, once you do have your outfit, accessorize it. Oh my goodness. Jacory, how many people did we see with outfits that could have been elevated so far up to the hem of Jesus' garment, but they weren't because they did not accessorize. And so if you need help with accessories, look, I am an accessory girl. I have accessories hanging on my wall. I'm not even going to show you that, but I have accessories and I can help you. You just need to put a wrist, ear, neck. Okay? Repeat after me. Wrist, ear, neck. Wrist, ear, neck. Now, if you have a fabulous ear, you might want to bypass the neck, but you might want to add a ring. Wrist, ring, ear. Okay? You might want to do that. But if you have an all black, because that was the attire last night, all black for the and I have to tell you, the choir looked amazing. They really, there were definitely touches of little subtlety, a sleeve, a dramatic shoulder. These are little subtle things that can set you apart when the call is for all black attire or all white attire or all red or whatever it is. But we were missing some accessories. We were missing in the audience and some people that were on stage. We were definitely missing the accessories. You ain't got to come out in a bodycon suit because, like Jacory educated us last week, if your body's not conning, don't put on a bodycon. But Jacory, what were your thoughts about last night and what we saw?
My thoughts are just worldwide every day. If you want to be an artist, being an artist is being upfront and an example. And I think they don't teach artist development anymore. But there's no way in hell, sorry, hell is a place, that you should want to be this thing that's out front and you look like nothing. There's a reason why we follow Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, and all of the heroes that we have that are leaving here. They stood for something and they represented when they came outside. If you want to be this premier artist, there's some things you got to do. There's some boxes you got to check. It is what it is. And at the end of the day, you can ask and get help because some people don't have fashion consciousness. Ooh, that's nice.
It's true. It's
So,
true. It's
so
very
ask
true.
somebody, because somebody last night, no names, was just like, ooh, he's a star. I've been looking like a star since I popped out because my mother made it that way.
Come
It
on.
was something that was passed down. I can't help it that your mama didn't hook you up.
Uh-oh.
But if there's somewhere you want to see yourself, we should see you when we see you on the normal. That's what we should see.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And
Absolutely.
I love that because sometimes artists are broken. We're hurt. We've been traumatized. We have like pain. We're carrying all these things. And so then when somebody wants to make a big deal of us, like put us on stage, we don't understand. We've never been told that we're great. We've never been told that we're amazing. And so we throw on jeans and tennis shoes and a t-shirt, or we throw on a sweatsuit, or we throw on something that does not look like that you just got it at the mall, but there's somebody else in the audience that can do the same thing. Like, that's okay, but there's a time and a place for that. But it's time for us to understand that you are beautifully and wonderfully made. God, like, you are God's masterpiece. God took time with you. Do you understand that he took elements of the earth? He was able to form you and shape you out of nothing. And you are his perfect, beautiful creation, no matter what size, color, age, no matter what it is, you are beautiful. And it's okay for you to put on a little sparkle and shine. It's okay. It doesn't make you better than them or egotistical or anything like that. It just makes you in a position of doing great things, right? And if God is doing great things in you, why not look like he's doing great things in you?
Absolutely. I love everything you said. As a matter of fact, not to boast on my choir, but let me boast on Jesus. We like to put things together. This is what our choir looked like this past Sunday. So again, we just did a
Woo!
basic white
Well,
high-low for the
amen.
ladies,
Come
a
on.
basic black skirt of your choice, and everyone picked a yellow flower. We actually
Oh,
have a young
that's
lady
just
in
beautiful.
Come on.
our choir who makes flowers. And so many of the flowers you see, one of our choir members made these, and we were able
Oh,
to, after we had our little rehearsal right before church, this happened right before church, we took this photo and we just wanted to show people that, hey,
y'all look great.
we still like to pull things together for Easter, and we like to make things happen. So I love
Y'all
everything
look
y'all say.
great.
Y'all are on it. I love it. Shout out to Mama Yolanda who says, who was agreeing with you all saying all of that. We've got Angela Marie hanging out with us on YouTube that says nice. And then Sunny Vaughn, who I believe is in that picture. She should have been talking about very classy in terms of the look. And Adrian Johnson says, you could take a simple outfit and some bad jewelry and shoes and elevate it, which
Yes.
is exactly what both Jacory and Ashlyn was just talking about. I love it. Speaking of being classy, let me throw a curveball. Let me do my best Yolanda Morantz impression, playing devil's advocate. Speaking of being
Mm.
classy, speaking of being in the limelight and knowing how to act, knowing how to carry yourself, knowing
Uh-oh.
how to put
Uh-oh.
yourself out there the best way that you can. Shannon Sharp.
Oh God, Lord help us. How did I know you was going here? Oh my God.
Shannon Sharp, who is, I did not know he was younger than I. He's 54 years old.
Whew.
And I only caught bits and pieces of the story. I did see a bit of his apology and stuff, or well, it wasn't even an apology. It was him giving his little side of the story. But Shannon Sharp, 54 years old,
My God.
former NFL tight end, the younger brother of the incredible Sterling Sharp. Pancho, I'm sure you can remember Sterling Sharp, man. We both are from that particular era of great tight ends.
Yeah.
A great football player. Now
Yeah.
is a host, on many shows and has been in the limelight and been in the news for various reasons. But most recently, this incredibly $1 million man is doing stuff that young kids should be doing. Or, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm gonna just start the conversation, and then we'll see where we end up with this. So the short version is he got caught up with a young lady. I think she's 19, 20 or something like that. He felt like he was set up. There supposedly is a video circling around. I think there was only a 30-second clip of the video that's circling around. According to Shannon, the video should have been at least 10 minutes. Not my business. But anyway, they're trying to now, according to him, blackmail him for $50 million. I don't know what they want for $50 million, but Pancho, I'm gonna start with you, man. Maybe you might know a little bit more about the story, man. $50 million what they're trying to get from him. But the whole thing is he was having consensual relations with a 20-year-old, and now it's starting to backfire. Pancho, what you got to say, bro?
My.
Well, you know what, Dito? I think I don't know if a lot of you had saw the interview that he did with, what's our actress from Precious?
Monique.
Monique.
Yep. And so Monique, if you look at that video, that interview, Monique was like, "Hey, you need to start leaving these younger people alone and get with somebody that's your age." Now, I'm just paraphrasing. Obviously the vernacular she used was a little bit deeper than that, but now we see that she wasn't fooling around. Apparently, this has been kind of like a thing with him to date younger people. I mean, and I guess you can do that, but you see where it's kind of landed him.
I'm with you on that. Yolanda Morant, I mean, you brought this to our attention or reminded or asked if we were going to talk about it. So, here we are. So we're knee deep into the situation of 54-year-old guy dealing with the 20-year-old. Now, I'm 55, or I'm 54. I'll be 55 if the Lord allows me to see August. But there's no way. I mean, I don't even want to get into all this stuff, but there's nothing a 20-year-old can do for me. And what could a 54-year-old do for a 20-year-old? But Yolanda, give us your thought on this.
Dumb.
Yeah.
So my first thought is probably not my first lady thought. Probably some of my I mean, some people don't use the good sense God gave them. He gave everybody sense, but some people don't use it right. And since all sense is not common, but like this is kind of dumb, like dumb as rocks, like in real life. Now I would say this: it would be different if nothing had happened with you and with him and the young lady, and he was being accused of something, but nothing ever happened. Like they never had any interaction or anything like that at all, right? Then that's a different kind of spin. My question is, for my favorite, like my other favorite morning show, y'all, my first, then my other favorite morning show, and Mr. Shamar Charlemagne the God. I mean, I just don't understand what you have in common. First of all, she was a child.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point that out. She's 19. There's still the teen part there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to understand. I don't. Okay, I'm really trying to behave. I do behave, but I don't. I'm confused because this isn't 2005 or 2010 or saying this wasn't even like 2000. Like I don't know. This isn't even like 2015. This was 2020. The USA Today says it was 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you be dating somebody? Mr. Sharp, can I ask you a question? What do you and a woman of 19 have in common? What
Well,
do y'all talk about? And you can't say she came for your money because you've been famous and you've been rich for a long time.
Yeah.
And you intentionally, it says it was agreed. Y'all, y'all talk together like Adam and Eve did. Maybe not in this, you know what I'm saying? I'm confused. So
Yeah.
sometimes we give people the ruler to hit us over the head with. We do this to ourselves. Now, should she be suing you and rightfully you didn't, and maybe she's making a story up, okay, fine. But you did admit that y'all had a consensual relationship together. You need to get on the altar before the good old mighty God and ask God to free your heart. And I agree with Miss Monique. You need to listen, don't hate on the thick girls. Everything she said you need to do. You need to find a thick woman that will cook for you, clean for you, and she will rub your feet, and she will tell you you're amazing even when you're not. You need to get somewhere and sit down. Sorry.
Well, let me throw this out there to y'all. And Ashlyn, I'm going to pose this somewhat to you. I am the parent of two 20-year-old daughters.
That part.
And so I'm wondering, where are the parents of this young lady
That part.
to even allow her to get herself into the situation? Or did they knowingly do this and maybe coerce her into trying to do this to try to get this 50 million or whatever the ultimate amount would be out of this person? So as a parent, me personally, I'm a parent of two 20-year-olds. There's nowhere in the world y'all don't want me to go into my cabinet to show you what would happen if some 54-year-old tried to holler at one of my kids. But Ashley, you're a parent of a daughter that's a few years older, but just put yourself in the mindset of a parent of this young lady. What in the world is going on?
Yeah, and I'm that parent that my daughter, she's 26 now. But if she at 26 is like, I want to date somebody 31, I've got questions. Why? Well, what you got? What you want to do with a 31-year-old? What, right? And that's only 4 years, right? But or 5 years. I'm that parent, and so if it's a couple years older, I'm asking questions. Why can't you date somebody your own age? So 19 and 54. No, to the no. But okay, so here's the thing: these kids nowadays are built different. The parents are probably put in their place, and I'm being very like straight with my words. She has probably, if she does have parents that are in her life, she has probably put her parents in their place, because this is how this next generation is. It is wild. It is wild. When I tell you these 11, 12, and 13-year-old girls are coming in my classroom like, my boyfriend, blah, 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 and he, and blah, blah, and they're having sex, okay? They're having sex in middle school and younger. And these little kids, they don't have no kind of sense in that. Look, this is making my allergies act up. They have no sense in their head. They don't know their bodies at all. They're not old enough to know what is really going on in their body. They have not fully developed, and yet they are exactly. I know I've triggered Dito. I know he is looking for a weapon in his house. I know he is. They are built different.
You said she probably did what to the parents?
Yes, I know, Dito. I know, and that's the one I would use too, because it would leave webs. I know it would leave the little dots on there, but I would use a wooden one with the big circle in the middle. But anyway,
no. This has the circles, so when I hit you, your little pieces of your skin come through here. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of this one right here. You know what I'm saying? So.
Add a little hot water to it.
So yeah, here's the thing. If you look at who's involved, who's the grown-up? Who's the grown-up? Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe is the grown-up. Sir, you ought to better know better. Okay, you ought to better know better. First of all, why are you talking about choking her out in public on a phone call? Why are you having a conversation and saying out your mouth, I will choke you in public? And he said, a big black man chokes out small white woman. And that's what he said out of his mouth. Did nobody coerce you to say that? You said it out your mouth about yourself. And so this is sick and twisted in my book. Do you not realize in 2025 people can record your conversations better than they ever had before? And if they record your voice, they can add AI on there and all this. But we're not talking about AI in this conversation. We're talking about what actually came out your actual mouth because you did it. You did
Yeah.
it.
Yep, you did.
And that's where it's that's where it's tough. Consensual or not, you choke that girl out, and that's the complaint. And so that's a problem. That's a problem.
Ja'Cory, I'm gonna throw it over to you, and then Pancho, I'm gonna come to you to close us out. Ja'Cory, man,
That's a problem.
man, what's your thought on this, man?
Aretha Franklin said, "It ain't no way for me to love you. You better stop. You better stop going to the park."
Right.
You know what? My thing is, the problem I have behind this is people still gonna support him for the wrong that he does. We don't support the positive people and the people that's doing the positive. But once we get somebody like he's out there, no, it's time for him to sit down. So let him take a seat, like we used to have time out. That was for the whole recess. It's time for you to sit down, homeboy, and figure some things out. And let's put somebody that's doing positive back up to the top. That's all I got to say.
I ain't mad at you. I love it. I love it. Pancho, it's on you, bro.
Emmanuel, you know what? So apparently he has now released the text messages that she has sent him to him. And now that's all out. And let me tell you, what she is sending him does not sound like your typical 19-year-old person that when I was 19, the vernacular she's using and the words that she's using, she's actually telling him, I want you to put a collar around my neck and choke me out.
Oh my.
That's exactly what she said. So, and then she was supposed to be John Doe in the lawsuit, but Shannon Sharp exposed her name and told everybody exactly who she is.
Right. If I can just add one more thing that I just don't appreciate and this is not even about Shannon Sharp, this is just in general. Don't double down on wrong. When you're caught in something, don't double down on the wrong. Right? Like it's not a good look. Take accountability and use some words like I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Maybe I should have rethought that. Maybe I could have. But I don't like it when people double down and you dig your heels in. And then, we saw it with President Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And then it came out. So now you look dumb. So now we don't trust you because you lied to us. Just tell the truth from the gate.
Yeah.
And don't double down on the wrong.
I ain't mad at you.
Sorry.
As we get ready to close out this section, I just gotta break in, I believe, from Los Angeles of California. I think we will see exactly where he is on location. But we have in the building Demetrius Hunter. We're going to bring him up. No theme song today because he's late. But let's bring him up, my guy, Demetrius Hunter. Man, what is going on? Welcome to today's show.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, excuse me, I'm a little parched here. Hello, good morning. Yes, I am in Los Angeles. I am loving it. I got up this morning. I went for a run. Me and my best friend went for a run, got some Starbucks. Yeah, I'm enjoying my time here in LA. I'm on a little West Coast tour here. Let me jump
coming up north a little bit? You coming up north just a little
actually,
bit?
I'm flying over y'all. I'm gonna go stop in Hawaii for a little
Oh,
bit.
well, praise God. Okay.
Then I'm gonna come back over this way, and I'm gonna stop in Vegas. But yeah, what's up, Pancho?
What's going on, man?
Your bestie is in the news again, Shannon Sharp. But listen.
Wow.
Listen, I ain't even gonna carry y'all too much longer with that topic because listen, I'm still stuck with the age factor, but that ain't my business. I mean,
right.
Now she's saying she's not consenting. It's just a lot. I think with him, honestly, for me, he probably could have did something to this behind closed doors because this is about a little too much attention. This is about way more attention than when he was accidentally went live on Instagram.
On accident.
Right. On accident. Accidentally on purpose. Mm-hmm.
Allegedly. But this is about more attention. Like that story came and went like that. Boom, it was gone. This one here is carrying, it's lingering, and it's unfortunate that he is now in this light, especially considering all that has been going on. I mean, every time I turn around, somebody's, man, they're in the news. They in the news for such things.
We
as
are yet
this.
human. We are yet human, but we still get to
Absolutely.
make choices. We still
Yeah.
have the opportunity to make choices. And if you got demons that are controlling your life, you need to get help. If you've got strongholds on your life, you not only need Jesus, but you need therapy. You need to talk to a professional to help you manage these thoughts that are in your head, because obviously the thoughts that are in your head, you can't control those, but what you can control, or you should be able to control, your actions. But if you're having thoughts and you're not being able to control your actions, you need help. And there's no judgment. You can get anonymous help, but you need to reach out to a professional and you need to say, I'm having these thoughts and now I'm having these impulses to act on these thoughts. And I don't want to do that because I want to be XYZ. Define yourself before the Lord and get the help that you need to create that life for yourself.
I'm with you. I like that.
Can I add one more thought to what she just said? I think the truth is that when these moments happen, everybody needs to pay attention because no one is removed from it.
Come on.
It doesn't matter how famous you are. It
Facts.
doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter what you did or didn't do. And respectfully to our listeners, I think when his Instagram moment got revealed, that should have really been a little, the Bible says warning comes before destruction. To me, that should have been a little warning right there.
Right.
Because if that can be exposed, what else can be exposed? And I agree with her. And I think anybody that's watching, we don't know what people go through, why you make the decisions you make, or why you're in the spaces you are in, right? They come from all different spaces and places. But you do have to watch who you decide to connect with, make covenant with, sleep with, eat with. You have to be very clear about those decisions, especially in this day. Because one day people can love you just like they did Jesus, and the next day they were crucifying him.
Ooh.
And nobody is removed from that.
Nope.
Nobody.
It's good.
When you get those little feelings in you that you feel like something's off, take it from a person who did not always trust it. You have to really sit back and take a second and trust that feeling, because if it feels off 9 times out of 10, it usually is. If you have to question a person's connection, their loyalty, things about you, gotta stop and pause. No piece of anything is worth your name.
That's right.
You gotta be able to get this moment back.
I heard one of the most prolific things I think I've ever heard during the 7 Last Sayings message, and this is mind you, they were great speakers, but this one particular thing that one of the gentlemen said really stood out. He said, "You got to be careful who you allow hand you water when you're thirsty."
My.
So
it might be that vinegar. It might be that vinegar and not water. Come on.
I'm with you on that. That is interesting.
Woo.
That is. I mean, I've heard 7 Last Saying. For some reason, when he said that, it just hit me. I was like, whoa.
That's good. That's good.
And that's just where we're at in this day and time. The rise and fall of our people, the rise and fall of just people, period. There's so much going on. Like you gotta watch.
Speaking of the rise and fall of people, this past Easter, just a couple of days ago was Easter, and in the Vatican, they were sharing and having Easter service as normal, and they were able to receive, not knowing, none of us know the day or the hour, and when our name was going to be called. But one thing is for sure: if you live on this earth, your name is going to be called at some point. And at the end of the Easter service in the Vatican, a few hours later, the name of the Pope, his name was called, and he had to answer whether he wanted to or not. So Pope Francis has closed his eyes and has gone on to be with the Lord. Obviously, our thoughts and prayers are with his family, as well as that whole Catholic family, especially right there in the Vatican, all the bishops and all of the great people of the Catholic faith. Our thoughts and prayers are with them in the loss of the Pope. things are different though with them. If I saw things right, they're already having services in his memory already. I think he passed either late Sunday night, early Monday morning. I think he's already uh, being prepped for services. I think that they're already
Mhm.
doing things already, and that I have never seen that. But certainly, our thoughts and prayers are with him, that family, that whole Catholic denomination. We will be praying for them during this time as they get ready to go through the time where they have to now get a new pope. I don't even know what all goes into that, but certainly we
A
will be
lot.
praying for them. Yeah, I know it's a lot, and certainly we'll be praying for them as they prepare for that. Also, here locally to us in the Bay Area, we ourselves have suffered a loss as we
Yeah.
lost unknowingly. I mean, very young in age. My guy, Tino Campbell Jr.
Yeah.
Closed his eyes, went on to be with the Lord, was in a tragic accident late Saturday night in, I believe, the Concord area, Walnut Creek area. And man, this is my guy. I remember when his mother was pregnant with him. Me and
Wow.
Pancho go that far back with his family. His aunt Arteria, who goes to my church, and his sister Randy, and sister Raina, who both have sang with me on several occasions. Tino, just a great kid. He always that infectious smile that you see on the screen is what we always saw anytime you were in his presence. So certainly our thoughts and prayers are with his mother Bertina, his wife, his sons, his entire family. We are praying feverishly for that family, that the Lord would give them strength during this time.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all, I
Yes.
am looking up at the clock and it's almost time for us to get out of here. But before we go, allow me to say in brief, tonight, the NBA playoffs are in full swing. The NBA playoffs are in full swing. And tonight, the Golden State Warriors, you see, I have me a Curry t-shirt on. I got a chance to go to a game last week. I think I told y'all that. But anyway, tonight is game 2 between the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. We was able to somehow pull the first game out, and hopefully we'll get a chance to do that again. We will see what happens later on today. As we get ready to close, Ashley, you have something in particular that you wanted to mention or bring to our attention, and what might that be?
Yeah, so this coming Saturday, Ja'Cory and I are absolutely blessed to be teaching and participating in the OIGC, that's the Oakland Interfaith Gospel Choir conference, annual conference. And so you can get more information at oigc.org. And you can register for this conference. We're both teaching classes during the day, as well as several amazing teaching artists and gospel artists. And then there's a concert at 7 p.m. on Saturday night, and it is going to be held at, I can't remember where it's going to be held. The First Congregational Church of Oakland, 2501 Harrison Street in the great city of Oakland. So we hope to see you there, but register today. There's still a couple days, and there are still spaces available for you to participate.
Awesome stuff. We appreciate that. Pancho, the device he was on, the battery died, so that's why we lost Pancho. But anyway, listen, what
Is
a
it
great show we
Android?
have had. No, it's an iPad. I just didn't charge it.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, anyway, I'm grateful for everyone who has been with us. Demetrius, man, I hope you have a great time in Hawaii as you travel and do your thing, man.
Come on.
Ashlyn and Ja'Cory, we are praying for both of you all as you all have a great week preparing for
Thank
more
you.
ministry. Yolanda, I am praying for you as you being the CEO of Wild Praise Media, Music and Media, that you have a great week of creating and that your
Thank you.
creative juices flow and that you're able to get things out to all of your constituents, all of your clients, and make everybody extremely happy to where they
Thank
even want to tip you just for all the stuff that you do. So
Oh,
it's all to the
Listen,
good.
can I say
I
I'll
decree
something?
take it, please.
Yolanda,
hallelujah.
you and your team did an amazing
Thank
job
you.
on the lighting for the concert. First of all, Higher Calling is definitely still here.
Thank you.
Period.
Oh, yes. They ain't going nowhere.
But that
Yeah.
presentation on Sunday
Absolutely.
night was amazing. The lighting, the graphics, everything. And I come to find out Yolanda played a part in that. Great
course you
job,
did.
you guys.
Of course
Many
you
Great
did.
talents. Many
job.
talents.
Thank you
I
so
would
much.
expect anything different. Listen, on behalf of Pancho Romero, Jacory Prothro, Ashlyn Cole, Demetrius Hunter, and Yolanda Morant, my name is Demetrius Tofree. We look forward to doing this next week on the same Shop Talk Networks at the same Shop Talk time. To the next time, you know how we do it. You can help me say it. I'll holla.
Shop, 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 shop.
Hey.